Now, contrary to what you see in all the moto mags and websites and such, it's not always about riding the best bike for the job, but rather riding the bike you have or can afford. For me, it's an old 1980 XT250 I bought for 800 bucks. It's a basic single-cylinder 21 horsepower machine with horrible suspension. Kickstart, no frills. Well, as luck would have it, a good friend of mine also happens to have an early 80s XT250 that he has completely rebuilt. Not waiting for the day we scored true adventure bikes and wanting to do a long ride, we hatched a plan to do our own little adventure ride on the 250s. A 3-day, 500-mile trip across northern Colorado, camping out along the way. Our route was from Breckenridge, Colorado to Baggs, Wyoming and back to Breck. 90% on dirt road. It turned out to be one hell of an experience. Here's a few pictures and videos from the trip. I hope you enjoy.
29 goes turn that way.
Well, we suffered a breakdown that first day about the 100-mile mark. Tim's bike started making a hell of a racket. We pulled it apart and we found that shock shaft had come unthreaded from the mount. That spring's about to pop out there, but it knocked the carburetor loose as well and cracked the intake flange. So, using some tools and good old American ingenuity, we got that bike fixed and back on the road. And never gave us another problem the whole rest of the trip. So, yes, indeed, you gotta have tools, you gotta have know-how if you're gonna be doing this stuff.
Looks good.
Fucking loaded.
XT.
Yes, indeed.
That's what steaks look like. That's right.
Heading back to Breckenridge today.
We are changing the tire.
I am bad. Just call me Bad News Bear, dude.
As the crow flies, baby, well, I ain't too far from you. As the crow flies, baby, well, I ain't too far from you. Yeah, but since I don't have wings, well, I can't get home as fast as I want to. Well, you don't know, baby, I've missed your sweet caress. Well, you don't know, mama, I've missed your sweet caress. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now when I'm in your loving arms, well, I'm at my very best. In a dream last night, well, I heard you call my name. In a dream last night, Well, I heard you call my name. Yeah, I took it as an omen, and I jumped on a very fast freight train. As the crow flies, baby, well, I ain't too far from you. No, no, no. As the crow flies, mama, well, I ain't too far from you. Yeah, but since I don't have wings, well, I can't get home as fast as I want to.
Oh yeah, nice, no problem. I was just hanging back filming you.
Well, here's all the crap it takes to go do a trip on your motorcycle. Starting out here with the stuff that's going to be on my body. That stuff right there I'm going to wear. Right here's my tool roll, rags, spare parts like fuel lines, fuel filter, hose clamps, stuff like that. Changing patch kit stuff. Duct tape, some candles. Right here's my clutch cable, extra throttle cable, some pump, tire changing tools right there, extra oil. Gallon of gas, because you never know. You don't want to run out of gas. You'll feel like an idiot. There's my stove, my gas for the stove, paper towels, cook set, water bottle, water filter, sleeping bag, ground sheet. There's my poles for my tarp. There's my tarp. Now, that sucker there is 12 by 14. It's comfy. It's awesome. It rock and rolls. It's light. Lots of room. Backpack there, which is going to have just my rain gear, pants and jacket pretty much. There's my hat. There's my sweater for when it gets cold at night. Have some fleece pants to sleep in. And, of course, my maps there, And then there's the bike I'm going to do it on right there. XT250. That's right. It's awesome. Going savage. Yeah. Over and out. Okay, here are the tools I travel with, and I know what you're thinking. It looks like a lot, but believe me, I've used every single one of these at one point in time. So here's my set of spark plug sockets. I got 3 different sizes. You never know what your friend's ride and so forth. I got open end wrenches, box end wrenches, mini vice grips there, pressure gauge, that's essential. You better have that. A little magnet for picking up drop screws and stuff. This tool's cool. It pulls your valve stem through your rim when you get a flat, because you know you're going to get a flat at some point. What else? We got little 1/4-inch driver for my socket set there. Little assortment for those little nuts and bolts and stuff. You better have this chain breaking tool with you too. We got large crescent wrench for your axle nuts. Your headset comes loose, whatever. I also have this tool for the castle nut on my headset. Little crescent wrench there, little tape on the end. Because you never know. It's good to have tape. Better have a set of pliers with you. They come in handy. You never know too. So I got some screwdrivers there, regular Phillips. Oh yeah, this little screwdriver here for my carburetor. If I get a clogged jet, what have you, I'm gonna fix it and keep on rolling. So there you go. You better have a set of tools, because if you break down by the side of the road and you don't have any tools, you're just gonna sit there crying. Trust me. And here's more crap I bring with me on my long rides. I got my tire pump. You need that. I got my tire changing tools. And I wrap it with an old inner tube. And inside here, I got my metal repair kit, just in case you get a crack in the case or what have you, leaking oil. Extra spark plug there, a fuel filter. You can see some fuel line in there as well, and just maybe some extra tire glue, some electrical tape, stuff like that. This one, here's my con. I got extra cables in there, zip ties. I got a, little valve stem remover tool there, hose clamps, and this there, that's a throttle cable repair kit or clutch cable, what have you. Very handy on an old bike like mine. There's my patch kit there, and there's a bead buddy that helps you change a tire when you get a flat. Because like I said, you're going to get a flat one of these days, trust me. There it is. Don't leave home without this stuff or you'll be hurting.